Hi beautiful people, how are you all doing today? My name is Mark and I love making things sweet and in style. So for today, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification button to get updates anytime, anywhere. So for today, I'm going to share with you a very easy rose technique because I have uploaded my signature rose, and for today, I'll be sharing with you an easy rose that even a beginner could follow. Okay, so this is how it looks like. See that? So the center is really nice and compact, and then I'll share you all my tips and tricks and techniques on how you can achieve this beautiful flower. You see that? Also the coloring, and also how to make the sepals, and a bonus tutorial on how to make the buds. So what are you waiting for? Let's start! Okay, so now we have a color yellow paste. So we'll be making the base of our roses. So for the base of our roses, you need around 1-inch size ball. But again, you can make this bigger if you want your bud to actually be bigger. Okay, so we'll be getting a very small amount of paste, just like that. Okay, and then what you do, you need to roll it on your palm to smoothen it out. Okay, and then once you have something like this, you need to roll on one side so that it's going to be a teardrop, just like that. Okay, or otherwise you can just simply pinch it, okay, to make it form like a teardrop. And then what I have here is actually the buds that I did earlier. So you see that. So you have to let this dry for about half a day or overnight so that it's rock hard. You see that? Or if you don't want to use gum paste, you can also use a styro ball, and then you just cover this with paste until it becomes like a teardrop. Okay, so what I have here is the gum paste, and then I'll be inserting my barbecue stick. Okay, and then just lock it in place, and then let this dry overnight. Okay, so this is the base of our roses, and then we'll be cutting our petals in a few minutes. Okay, so now we actually rolled out our paste very thin. Okay, so you can use gum paste. Today we're using gum paste. You can also use cold porcelain or clay. So what I have here is 2 sizes of the cutter. So how will you determine the size of the cutter? Okay, so basically, let's say this is your bud. You have to measure a cutter. So as you see here, it's actually almost half of the bud. Okay, so this will be our smaller petals. It should be half of the bud. See that? And then for the bigger petals, it should be at least the same size of the bud, okay? Not bigger but not smaller, just right, okay? So this is cutter number 1 and cutter number 2. The size is 2 cm and 2.5 cm, okay? So we'll be cutting. For the small cutter, you need to cut 10 pieces. For the bigger cutter, you need to cut 10 to 20 pieces. Again, it's up to you. If you want to make it fuller, there's a lot of petals, you make it 20. If you want to make it just right, you can go 10 to 15 pieces, okay? So we'll start cutting now. Okay, so right now, we already cut 10 pieces of the smaller petal, and then 10 pieces also of the bigger petal. So you have to thin out this petal. Okay, so I'm using the bigger ball tool. What I will do, I will gently expand the petal. Okay. So you see that? Just make it wider, okay? It should be wider, not longer, okay? That's one of the common mistakes that I see. You're making it longer, okay? It should be wider, okay? And then after that, you can actually use a rose veiner or not. Again, this is optional, but it's better if you use a rose veiner, okay? Press lightly. And then you put this back inside the container so it won't dry out. And then for the bigger petals, what you have to do, same procedure, you need to flat out and expand. Oh, by the way, for the shape of the smaller petal, I mean for the size, when we expanded and flatted it already, it's already 3.5 centimeter, okay? And then for the bigger petal, so from 2.5 centimeter, it is now 4.5 centimeter, okay? So from 2.5, it's now 4.5 centimeter. And then this one, the bigger petals, you need to vein. Okay, and then after you vein it, what you need to do, since this is the easy rose technique, you need to get a spoon, and then what I will do, first you flip it backwards and then just gently fold, okay, or roll the edges just like that, okay? Just roll it with your hands, okay, just like so, and then you put this on the spoon, okay, just like that. So you need to let this dry just like so, and then after that we'll attach it one by one on our base, okay? So you need to do this on all the petal. This is the bigger one, it has to be on the spoon, and then the smaller petals, it has to be inside this kit, and we'll arrange it later, okay? Okay, so now as you can see, our larger petals are actually drying out. So we place them on the spoon so that it gets the cup shape very easy. So all our smaller petals are inside our airtight container. If you don't have this Tupperware, you can actually use a Ziploc, okay? If you don't have a Ziploc, you can also use a blue flap, just like so, where you can store your smaller petals so they don't dry out, okay? So I'll get first one. So what you need to do, you need to get edible glue. For the recipe of our edible glue, I'm gonna put it on the description box below, so I suggest you check it out, okay? So dab the excess on your hands, okay? And then the very first petal, you have to put glue on the entire petal, okay? Just like that, everything. And then you'll get your base, your flower base, and then I will put the bud just like so, okay? You see there's a space that's around half centimeter, and then what I will do, I'll fold it first, okay? And then lock, and then fold again, okay? So the bud should be very close, okay? You see that? There's no opening, it's really close. And then we'll get our other petals. Okay, so for the other petals, you need to stick them. You need to put edible glue on a letter V motion. Okay, just like so, letter V. And then what I will do, since I ended here, the middle of my next petal should be just right so, okay? See that? Hello, focus. Okay. You need to close it, okay? Just like that. You see that? It's not focusing. Hello? Okay. And then after that, you need to do the same procedure. Put edible glue on a V shape, okay? And then since we ended here, this is where I'll be adding my next petal. In terms of the level, it's at the same level, okay? See that? Okay, so close it. And then we'll add the next petal. The secret to a very nice looking rose is actually a very closed center. This one I'll move in a little bit inner so that it's more closed. Okay, just like that. And then since we ended here, this is where we'll be adding a new set of petal. Okay, you see that? So this is our center. So again, put edible glue on a V motion. And then for this one, you need to make it a little higher. Okay, see that? See the level? It's a little higher. And then we close. Just like so. Okay. And then you keep on adding and adding petals. Okay, this time it's a little bit higher. Okay, see that? The reason behind we made this level higher because if you look at the structure of a real rose, it's actually very deep, the first petals, and then it goes higher and then it goes opening again. Okay, so just continue adding and adding. Remember when you add petals, so this is where I ended, so this is where I'll be adding my next petal. Okay, and then you just keep on adding and adding until all the 10 petals are done. And then we'll proceed with the bigger petal. Okay, see that? So if, let's say for example, you want to make rose buds. So once you are here, you need to stop and then just fill on the spaces and then add your calyx, okay? Okay, so right now we are actually done with our rose bud. You see that? You see the leveling? It's very deep inside and then it goes upper. Okay, little by little. So that's our center. You see that? It's very close. There's so many layers. Okay, so we'll be adding the last set of our petals. So our bigger petals, we actually let it dry on a spoon. So and then you'll see it's not yet fully dry, but it holds its shape. Okay, so once it's like this, it's a little bit hard. We need to use it already. So what you need to do, you need to get edible glue again. Okay, dab a little, and then you will put glue on a V motion again. Okay, letter V motion, and then what you'll do, since you ended here, this is where you'll be adding your bigger petal. Okay, just press it like so. You see that? You only press on the part where there is glue, okay? Don't press this, because if you press this one, the middle, your petals will flap, okay? This time, it's a little bit higher, and then the next petal will be a little lower, okay? So you go lower and lower until, okay, see that? So I'm attaching the next, and then just continue on adding and adding petals. Okay, so actually now we are done with our flower. You'll see that it is very easy to attach, and then since you follow the right technique of gluing, and then we also use a spoon to let it cup its shape, Even if you shake this, the petals won't fall. Okay, you see that? Even if I shake it so hard, the petals are not falling or flapping. And then you see it's very nice and the center is really compact. Okay, so what you can do now, you can actually pinch some parts of the petal more to make it more realistic. If you want, you can put holes on some parts, and then later I'll show you how to dust. Okay. Okay, so right now I'll show you how to make the rose leaf without using a specific rose cutter. But if you have a specific rose cutter, you can use that. If you don't have, I'll show you how you can make one manually. Okay, so first you need to prepare 5 pieces of circles. Okay, so one is bigger and then 2 pieces are actually at least at the same size. And then 2 pieces are a little bit smaller and at least at the same size also. So we'll first work on with the bigger piece because you'll exactly treat other small balls the same way, okay? So this is your bigger ball. So this will be the end part of the leaf, okay? Smoothen it out on your hand. Okay, and then make a teardrop just like so. And then what you need to do, you need to flat this on the foam pad. Dab cornstarch so it won't stick. Okay, see that? So just pressing with your hands. Okay. Avoid the center because this is where we'll be inserting our stick or wire. Okay, so once you have something like so, you need to thin out the edges using a ball tool. Okay, and then using your barbecue stick, I'll just make some points. See that? Because a rose leaf has this spiky appearance. Okay, so we need to copy that. Okay, and then after that, you get your wire. So this wire, this is number 28. Okay, insert. No need to loop because what we will do, we will press and press the end part so that it locks on place. Okay, just like that. And then you need to get your leaf veiner, put it at the end, just like so, and then press. Okay, and then this is what we will have. See that? So you can actually pinch this to make more movement. just like that. Okay, and then we let this dry. Okay, and then after, for the smaller leaf, you need to do the same way, and then later we'll assemble and dust. Okay, so right now, our rose flower is already dried, and then our leaves are drying and also our bud. So I'll teach you how to make the calyx. So a while back, for the calyx, we used the paste for this one, for the bud. You can also use the same technique for the rose itself, but what I'm going to show you is another technique that you can do, okay? So what I have here is ordinary floral tape. The size is 2 inches. So you need to expand, okay? So stretch, and then you need to twist one side, okay? Just like so. And then what you will do, you need to get an ample amount of floral tape, just like so. Okay, and then we will go to the back part of the flower. So the first thing that I'll do, I'll add one first, okay? Just like that. And then using my floral tape, I will make rounds. Okay? Just like that. And then I'll add another one. Okay? I'll make rounds again. Sometimes when you're doing this, it will be a little bit out of place. That's okay. You can always arrange it later on. Okay, so normally there are 5 pieces of the calyx. This is the green part of the flower, okay? See that? Then I'll be adding the last one, and then I will wrap, okay? So at the end, this is what you should have. You see that? And then you just continue on twisting and twisting until everything is covered, just like so. You see that? And then what you would want to do, you would want to cut this one, okay? So you would want to cut like that, okay? And then twist this some more so that it would look more realistic, okay? Okay, see that? I just cut through some of the edges, just like so. And then what you want to do, you need to get your edible glue, dab the excess on your hands, okay? And then I will, so you see this one is lying here. I will pull it a little bit up. Okay, I'll put edible glue on the flower itself and then gently attach it there. Okay, just like that. Again, pull. Add some edible glue, very little, and then attach on place. Okay, so that it will stick to the flower. Okay. Okay, so this is what you'll have. You see that? It's very pretty. Okay, so right now I'll teach you how to make how to bunch up the leaves. Okay, see that? It's so gorgeous. Okay, so this is our leaves that we did earlier. Okay, so we have the bigger one, the semi-small, and then the super small, okay? So you need to get your floral tape. Okay, expand to activate the stickiness. And what you would want to do first, you need to cover this with floral tape, just like that, and then push until the end. Okay, and then gently roll. After that, I'll put one leaf first. Okay, just like that, and then I'll put the other. They should be at the same level. Okay, and then gently twist, twist, and twist. Okay, and then I'll add the smaller leaves, 1, and then 2, and then wrap. Okay, continue wrapping until you reach the end. Okay, so right now you need to open this one, so we'll use our tweezers. So just pull. Move it on the other side, and then this one also move. So it should be like this. Okay, do the same thing here. Use your tweezers and then move. This one you need to move. Okay, so this is what you should have as your rose leaf. See that? So this one, it's not yet fully dry, but you need to do this when it's fully dry, okay? Now this is our flower. You can dust it or you can actually leave it like so. Okay, and then attach the leaf just like that, and then this is our bud. See that? It's very pretty. Okay, so right here you'll see that we're actually done with our rose and our bud and also our leaf. So if you want to make it realistic, you can actually use a gel color just like what I have here. So I added some little browns, okay, see that on the edges just to make it more real, and then I added some green strikes like so. So for that I actually used a finer makeup brush or paint brush, okay, and then for the bud, you see that I added some red colors and green just to make it little real. And then for the spikes, what you want to do is to basically just pinch the stem, okay? So I added some paste on the stem and then I pinched it just to make an illusion that there is some spikes, okay? And then for the leaves, since this is not yet fully dry, once this is dry, you can actually just add some red accents similar to this one, okay? So there you have it. This is your very easy rose that is realistic with buds and leaf.